Sierra de Aracena y los Picos de Aroche Natural Park, Flora. With a comparatively high annual rainfall of around 1,000 millimeters, the Sierra has extensive and often dense vegetation. The Sierra was originally covered by Mediterranean woodland of mainly gall, cork, and holm oaks. Some of this was cleared in the Middle Ages to make way for the dehesa, mixed woodland and pastureland, which at the time was common land. The dehesa is still very much in evidence today and is used for the production of cork, firewood, charcoal from holm oaks, and the grazing of livestock. It occupies over a third of the park today and is confined to the shallower gradients. The best times to visit the Sierra is in spring for the abundant wildflowers and in autumn for the magnificent changing colors of the trees, especially the sweet chestnuts. Winter is the time to try the local game, such as jabali, wild boar, and venado, venison. There are many varieties of wild mushroom in autumn, which you can sample in the area's bars and restaurants. The ones most commonly seen are Caesar mushrooms, or tanas in Spanish, boletos, chanterelles, or pinateles, often found under pine trees, and also known as níscalos in Spanish, and parasol mushrooms, gallipiernos in Spanish, that can be found in chestnut groves. The Sierra has 50 flower species that are endemic to mainland Spain and Portugal and northern Africa. The list of wildflowers seen here is long. Poppies, wild irises, primroses, Spanish bluebells, peonies, Star of Bethlehem, asphodels, wild tulips, soapwort, tassel hyacinths, and wild marjoram, among others. In spring, the fields are smothered in colourful flowers. Rock roses are common under pine woods, with delicate, large white or pink petals and yellow centres. In drier parts, there are prickly pear cacti. Trees. The trees are mainly Mediterranean oak, holm, cork, kermes or holly oak, and gall. Underneath these trees is vegetation typical of Mediterranean scrubland or matorral, lentisk, wild oregano, lavender, wild roses, heather, hawthorn, and myrtle. Within the park, the Monumento Natural Dehesa de San Francisco, covering 1,953 square meters near Santa Olalla, has been designated a protected area due to its magnificent holm oaks. It is an example of the original Mediterranean forest that centuries ago colonized the Sierra. Also characteristic of the matorral and widespread in the Sierra is the strawberry tree, a small evergreen that is easier to spot when they fruit in autumn and winter. The strawberries are 2 centimeters wide and have bumpy red skin and yellow flesh. The sweet or Spanish chestnut likes acidic, well-drained soils and can grow on steep slopes. There are 6,000 hectares of castaños, mainly in the center of the park, around Aracena, Fuenteridos, Castaño de Robledo, and Galarroza. It is pruned heavily to maximize the chestnut crop, so that the trees here appear to be rather stunted with a typically short trunk. Chestnuts are an important source of income and seasonal employment in the Sierra. Most of them are exported, but in the autumn you can buy them locally and roast them on the fire. Look out for other products sold in shops in the Sierra, like crema de castaña and chestnut pate. Chestnut wood is used in furniture produced locally, mainly in Galarroza. Ash, alders, willows, poplar groves, and oleander shrubs line the fertile river valleys. The best rivers to visit for flora and fauna are the Rio Murtigas from Galarroza northwest towards Encinasola, Ribera de Chanza from Cortegana to north of Aroche, Arroyo Guijarra near Cortelador with a shady picnic area and a good swimming spot, and Ribera de Huelva north of Aracena and Tufre. In the 19th century, many olive trees were planted, and these are concentrated today around Aracena, Aroche, Cortegana, and Tufre. Between Fuenteridos and Galarroza are many apple and pear orchards. Historically, this was an important apple-producing area. It produces a hybrid apple/pear known locally as a pero. The nickname for people from Galarroza, cachonero, comes from a type of apple that used to be grown here. The south-facing side of the Sierra has more citrus trees, such as lemon, orange, and tangerine. Fig and walnut trees are also common here. In winter, look out for bare trees with orange fruit hanging on the branches. These are persimmon trees, the fruit and tree known in Spanish as caqui. Some areas have been reforested with pine trees, and more recently eucalyptus trees, like the Contienda north of Aroche, the hills between Aracena and Castañuelo, and near Tufre. This reforestation has had a negative impact on the area's flora, fauna, and soil.